Hello, people. How are you all doing? We are late today. Sorry about that. Welcome to our session on the Readers Public Show. I hope you can see me, hear me. Yeah, let's have a conversation. Let's chat. Let's gist. Oh my goodness. Okay. I hope you're ready, friends. So it's going to be an awesome conversation on understanding learning styles. Yes, learning styles. So that is it. We're rounding off on pathways to excellent learning. Yes, we're rounding off. Ma'am Evelyn, how you doing? Welcome to class. How was your day? Welcome. So we're rounding off on understanding learning styles. It's been profound. It's been an excellent journey. Just talking about pathways to excellent learning. So this is the first time stopping by my channel. Welcome to the show. Yes, let me pour you water. Tell me your name, where you joining from tonight. This is Coach Faith. I'm super duper excited. It's been an awesome journey so far. This is our fifth installment, and we are finally saying goodbye to learning patterns, goodbye to pathways for now. And then maybe later in the future, we can revisit the subject. But for now, we're rounding off on it. And we do hope that you have been blessed so far. If there have been sessions you've missed out on, please go back and re-listen to those sessions so that you can build capacity, build the necessary foundation for learning. So as we are teaching right now, if any point resonates with you, do well to share in the comment section. Um, do well to join, share it in the comment section. My only share is Cameroon today. All right. Whatever resonates with you, share in the comment section. Tell me yes, 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 yes. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm scaling, I'm becoming better. You know, anything you know you can do, share in the comment section. So it's about learning styles today because we cannot talk about pathways to excellent learning without grinding it on the learning styles. Okay. I've done my own analysis. Yes, I'm going to share with you the different learning styles that are available out there because we live in the era right now where we're so flooded with information, ideas, experiences, and many a times it's always difficult for us to navigate and truly be able to connect to the sort of learning style that can align with our personality so that we're able to become better, we're able to take ourselves to the next level. So when we say learning styles, what are we talking about? In fact, in our last Monday book motivation, it was so on fire. It was so on fire. If you missed out on that session, I like you to go back. If you're not on our Telegram community, the link to join the Telegram community is in this room. Please do well to join our Telegram community so that you can be part of the conversation. So the audio session is still there. I haven't even removed it right now. We spoke about Get Better at Anything by Scott H. Young. That's the H there is Arrowed. Scott Arrowed Young. The 12 maxims for mastery. 12 maxims for mastery. In fact, we delve into the conversation. It was back to back, and we did it for about 40 plus minutes, 5 a.m. in the morning every Monday. Do well to join the Telegram community. If you're not there yet, do well to join. Don't miss out on the conversation next time. So, looking at learning styles, when we say learning styles, what are we talking about? It's really about the various ways an individual can learn, the various ways in which you prefer to gather information, you like to process information, comprehend, and also retain. Now, there's a system in man, and that system or that faculty in man is called memory, right? It's called memory. It's a powerful faculty that allows us to be able to understand, retain information, and also be able to recall or regurgitate the ideas, the information whenever it is necessary. Okay, so for that, because of that reason that we are interested in being able to God has created us, we are learning species. So for that reason, he didn't leave us stranded to say go and figure it out on your own. No, he has given us a tool, he has given us an instrument for us to be able to assimilate ideas, retain information, and then be able to recall it whenever necessary. Some people will say, oh, I don't remember things easily. Oh, I cannot remember people's names easily. There are several things, there are several factors that can lead to that. And there are several ways we can begin to learn. so that you are able to just retain and remember easily with ease and effortlessly. So learning styles is really about how you understand, how you prefer to gather information, how you retain information, you process information, and a whole lot more. So for you to be in this community, it means that you are the most likely someone who likes to learn through reading and writing. It's a learning style. We look at the VAC framework for learning, which has to do with visual, auditory, or oral, and then we have the arrow there for reading and writing, and then the K there is kinesthetic. Some people can have a mixture of both, all right, mixture of two or more in the VAC framework, all right. So we're going to talk about that in details as we continue. So welcome aboard. If today is your first time listening to me, like I said before, do want to subscribe to my channel, connect so that you can keep getting updates on what it means to grow, scale, become a lifelong learner, and really be able to take your transformation to the next level. I dropped a video last night, yesterday, and um, I spoke about personally how I would connect in terms of learning, in terms of my weekly engagement, my weekly learning processes, the things that I do here and there. So I shared it. If you've not watched that video, it's a short video, about 10 minutes or thereabout. So the learning styles has to do with how you gather information, how you learn, how you interact with ideas. Guys, please take a screenshot and go share on our Telegram community. Tell them we have started. Let them come and join us. So this class is really going to be brief and loaded. Go straight to the point. Not too much stories today, so that you can easily just glean as many ideas as possible. Please let me take water. So that you can easily just glean as many ideas as possible. So let's talk about the concept. There are statistical analysis or evidence to prove that learning styles works. All right. There are statistical evidence. One of it is that studies have suggested that matching teaching methods to learning styles, matching teaching methods to learning styles can enhance learning by up to 30%. My goodness. Matching learning styles, all right? Matching teaching methodology or learning styles can enhance learning for up to about 30%. So if you've been struggling to learn, you'll be struggling to build capacity at a certain pace, at a certain level, and it's almost like a challenge for you right now. Okay, research has proven, sorry, there is this back and forth on my laptop. Okay, it's distracting. Okay, research has proven that when you match learning style, the right learning style to your learning approach, it is going to enhance your capacity to assimilate by about 30%. I like you to write 30% in the comment. I say, Chris, how you doing? Chris, you've not been in class. So. Okay, so in terms of prevalence now, approximately 65% of people are visual learners. So we're going to look at the VAC model, okay, the different learning styles, okay. 65% of people are visual learners. These are the people that love to learn through diagrams, through other means. I'm going to explain the different learning styles as we continue. 30% are auditory learners and 5% are kinesthetic learners. All right. In fact, my own is a mixture. I'm going to explain that later. So in terms of performance, it's been proven statistically that students who are taught with their preferred learning styles, Favor Onye, how you doing? Welcome to class. Students who are taught in their preferred learning styles can achieve 21% higher score. All right, and then engagement. In terms of engagement, 30% of students reportedly feel more engaged when learning. So it's a lot. For me personally, when I started learning about learning styles, that looks so sweet, right? When I started getting to understand that there are learning styles, in fact, my learning changed. For those of you that love to read, for example, if your preferred learning style is auditory, oral, it means that you would often prefer to listen to audiobooks, right? And people would often ask me, Coach, when you listen to audiobook, are you actually reading? In fact, are you actually reading? It's like asking a question of if you use Pando machine, say machine, if you use Pando machine or to put your pounded yam together, to pound your pounded yam. Is it still pounded yam? Okay, some people will say, oh, I prefer to use the pounded the mortar and pestle. All right. Or if you decide to use the dishwasher to wash your dishes, can you still use it to eat? Can you still use it to do your work? You see, so this thing is really about understanding. Listening to a book is still reading. You are reading, you are listening. That's your preferred learning style. So people confuse learning styles with the actual act of doing the thing, right? So the fact that you are a visual learner, so you love to see the book, you love to see the content, all right, you love to look at diagrams, is not different from somebody who would love to also listen to it. So people tend to confuse learning styles with the actual thing themselves, with the thing that they are doing themselves. All right. Reading and writing is a learning style, but you can actually combine reading and writing with another learning style, which is auditory, right? Which is listening, right? And as such, you are able to really go through that content. So there are several characteristics of learning styles. Okay, people prefer different combinations. That is in terms of preferences. People can combine different learning styles together. So a lot of times you discover that the reason you would even combine is as a result of the fact that you have grown, you have advanced, you have also matured in your learning. A child that is still in the primary school or in the kindergarten will not be thinking about learning just by listening per se. Although there are, devices right now where you have the alphabet being read to them and all of that, and a lot of children learn fast by that. Okay, so they're reading the alphabet, they are listening to the alphabet. So you see that you having a unique combination of your learning can really take you far, can really help you to grow and expand your horizon. In terms of sensory modalities now, okay, learning styles has a lot of role to play when it comes to sensory connections like the visual, the auditory, kinesthetics. I love kinesthetism. Many of you must have heard me talk about kinesthetism. It's a learning methodology that has to do with doing, that has to do with engagement, engaging in the actual work. Okay, engaging in the actual work. I like you to type that in the room. Engaging in the actual work. And statistics has proven that 5% of the population actually engage in kinesthetism. And I really understand because people are not swift to take action most times. And even when there are actionable athletes or expressions, people find it very difficult to connect, to do the work. So it's a huge challenge. All right, in terms of cognitive processes, okay, this is really important. Learning styles are very important so that it can enhance your cognition. If you if you have the learning pattern of seeing before doing, then and you're trying to struggle with other form of learning patterns, it will be a challenge. So the best is for you to really see how you merge. Okay, and I want you to also know that learning styles can also be influenced by environmental factors. It can also be influenced by personal experiences, right? Let's say somebody who grew up in a home where they see things a lot, they're exposed to visuals and all of that. It can also influence them. Or maybe for somebody like me now, who grew up in a place where I didn't have access to the TV up until the age of 16, 17, 18, I didn't have access to the TV. So for such an individual, I would say that, okay, the environment I grew up in has also influenced my learning style to say that I'm not a visual person per se. I'm not so much of the visual kind of person. It's even now I'm migrating, I'm adapting to the different learning styles. But doing the analysis, I have been able to prove myself wrong to say that I'm actually the mixture of about three of them, three major learning styles. So after this class, I would like you to go to VARK, VARK, Learn. Okay, type it in the comment. VARK, the capital letter VARK, VAC, Learn. The Learn is LEARN, VAC, Learn. So you go on that site on Google. Once you enter Google, just type VAC, Learn. That will be the first thing that will show up. And once it shows up, click on it and then do the analysis. Carry out the analysis, okay? You're gonna be answering about, I think, about 8 to 10 questions there. Okay, choose the multiple options, whichever one align with you. Choose the option that best suits you based on the different questions that you'll be asked. I'd like you to do it after this class. All right. all right, and share your feedback in the Telegram community. I'd like you to take a screenshot and share in the Telegram community, okay, based on what you've learned. So by the time you are done with answering the questions, it's going to give you the option of getting the result. You just click on that, and you're going to get your result, okay, and you're going to understand your learning style, the one that is the most preferred for you, okay. The VAC stands for visual. The A there is for auditory or aura. Okay, kinesthetic is the K there, right? The arrow is the reading and writing. And then we also have the multimodal. Multimodal learners. These people love to combine two or more learning styles. All right, they are flexible. They can adapt to different learning environment. I am in this category. Like I said already, one of the major things that can influence your learning style or learning styles is personal experiences. Okay, personal experiences, context, contextual factor, where you are coming from has a lot of role to play at that. Okay, so by the time you grow and you advance, of course, you're going to begin to look out for different models to see how you really can scale, to see how you really can get better in your learning. Friday, hope how you doing? Okay, to see how you can really advance in your learning so that you can take your transformation to the next level. I hope you're getting the gist now. So we would say that the multimodal learners are those that have, through the use of their senses, through the exercising of the processes, they've been able to understand different patterns. They have been able to adapt to different patterns per time. So for me, I see myself as a visual learner, auditory learner, um, reading and writing, and kinesthetic. But I think visual was like 1%, all right? But I'm more of auditory, reading and writing. Those two stands at the topmost top. The kinesthetic also followed by about 7%. So that is it for me. That is it for me. So kinesthetism is really when you love to do what you're learning, you love to practice what you're learning. And that's why the vast majority of the population, they learn but they don't practice. So you see, it's not their fault because 5% of the population really are kinesthetic. So 95% are spread across the other areas. So why? Because by virtue of practice, by virtue of exercising, by virtue of commitment to work, we've been able to see over time that people find it very difficult to execute. That's why we have the reading for execution. The reading for execution program, that's how we've got it. If you have not participated, there's a link in the comment. Oh, Friday has been able to participate. Muhammad just rounded off today. Muhammad graduated today. Congratulations, Muhammad. Friday graduated. Hope Friday graduated too, I think 3 days ago or so, right? So if you have not participated, you want to, you can begin to lock down your spot. The numbers of people that I have right now that have already applied can still take us to the end of next month and we will not be done with the numbers. So if you want to apply, you can apply now and wait for your turn. Wait for you to get to your turn. Your turn. So the multimodal learners use a combination of two or more learning styles. So if I may ask, are you a multimodal learner? But then go carry out the analysis. But before I even did the analysis, I'd already known that of more of auditory and reading and writing. Yes, I love to read, I love to take notes, I love to journal. When I'm just going through, sometimes I just go through the day and I'm able to journal my thoughts, share my experiences based on what I have seen, based on what I have interacted with, and it's really been beautiful. It has really helped me for some time now. So multimodal learners are beautiful people. They've been able to learn by adaptation. They are flexible. So if you're not a flexible learner, you may want to consider really trying your hands on different approaches. But whatever you're comfortable with, beautiful. Some people are kinesthetic, which is the arrow, the K there. Okay, and the kinesthetism has to do with people prefer hands-on experiences and learning through doing. They benefit from physical activities and real-life examples. Then the visual learners are those that prefer images, using images, diagram, spatial understanding. These people, they're very good with visualization. Okay, um, that's it. They benefit from seeing information, visual aids, and all of those different compartments, right? Yes, thank you for sharing that. Vaclen. I think the other one was it necessary, Mohammed. VAEK. That's not, it's ROK. The E there is not there. So just go on VacLearn after the class and go check out your learning style. Then we also have the auditory learners. Okay, these ones they learn best through listening. They learn best through what? Listening. So they can excel in lectures, discussions, conversations, listening to explanations. They are good with this. And then we have the reading and writing. These ones they prefer to read, they prefer to write, they prefer to take note, read textbooks, write essays. They're so good with this. So these are the four model, okay, the four pattern that you one must go through to be able to learn successfully. Okay, visual learners, auditory learners, kinesthetic learners, reading and writing. Okay, the multimodal is a combination. Okay, the multimodal learners, it's a combination of two or more. That is it for the VAC. So what are some of the benefits of really understanding your learning styles? It's going to enhance your learning efficiency. I hope you get that. It's going to enhance your learning efficiency. It is going to help you personalize your education, personalize your journey. You know, we are on a journey of lifelong learning. We're on a journey of lifelong learning. We're on a journey of intentional growth, intentional advancement. So for that reason, we should be able to tailor our teaching or our learning methodology so that we can improve our ability to retain information, we can improve our ability to comprehend, we can improve our ability to really assimilate and integrate key concepts and ideas that we are interacting with. Okay? That we are interacting with so that we can integrate it deeply, deeply, deeply. Okay, so that is it for um, learning styles. That is it for that. And then it can also help us, I said it can help us personalize our education because when you know your learning styles, I can remember as a student, most times if a lecturer is in class and I'm not able to meet up, I'm the type of student that is always going to class like 99% of the time. I'm always there, I'm at the front seats, the front benchers. That when we are done with the class, fellow classmates will be like, oh, Faith, give me your note. I didn't keep up. I want to write your note. They photocopy my note a lot. Sometimes I end up with parts because this one I've collected, but I'm always there. I'm always writing, I'm taking it. But then there's one thing I noticed about me that the lecturer can go get to the class, maybe situations where I'm not able to meet up beforehand. I'm not just going to be like, or sometimes the lecturer is teaching a class, I can zone out. If it's not interesting, I can just zone out and I will just be waiting for the recommendation for the book to come. Yes, it was like that for me. I'm just waiting for the book for to come. I will just be telling myself, let them just get me the book. I'm going to devour it. I'm going to sit down for hours on end and really devour the information. So that is self-efficacy to an extent because I believe in my ability to be able to read and understand. By the way, in the upcoming book Motivation Monday, we're going to be discussing self-efficacy in the coming days. That will be on Monday. Self-efficacy is going to be our conversation for Monday. So don't miss out. We're going to be devouring self-efficacy on a deeper level, self-confidence, and I will look at it from the angle of self-efficacy and all of that. So I will really just tell myself, well, since I've been able to, um, I've just zoned that I'm going to just sort of prepare my heart and get the textbook or get the handout and I'm going to read. So I could go to a separate environment where nobody will be passing by. In those days, I remember I usually go to the sport complex because our sport complex was somewhere in the outskirts of the school environment. So I'll go there and stay. Or sometimes I go to the hostel library when people have gone to maybe their different commitments and all of that. I'll just be there and I will read and read and read. Why was that possible for me? Because I understood how to personalize my education. All right. I understood how to personalize my education. So if you recognize that you can learn a certain way, it's going to help you personalize your education, that you will not be so stranded. If you know that you learn better, you assimilate better by listening, then in terms of the reading of the thing, just pick it up and combine it with the learning style of listening, right? Reading and writing is also a learning style. So when somebody knows that reading and writing is a learning style, so reading and writing is not an end in itself, it's also an end. It's a learning style that allows you to be able to take in information, retain information, project information, attribute your results, and be able to get the possible feedback at the end of the day that is in alignment to your growth structure. Do you see that? So if that is it, I can actually combine another learning style to it to see that I'm able to read the material and get the best out of it. Okay, so for someone who is on a lifelong journey, who is on the path of personal transformation, you should be able to understand that you are up for learning, you are up for transformation, you are up for growth. And because you are up for learning and transformation, so you shouldn't be carried away. All right, you get it? You shouldn't be carried away by the learning style. You should be rather concerned about how do I personalize my education? How do I personalize it such that I'm able to build a robust experience, learning experience that truly can connect to my life? Okay, so when you understand your learning style, another benefit it brings is that it is going to increase your engagement. I just share my story of zoning out in class. The lecturer can be teaching, and when it is boring, like I'm not getting it, I'm not getting it. I just zone out. A lot of people may not know this, maybe as my classmate, as my friend, because they see me as an A student. But usually, most of the times, I get to zone out. I zone out in class, and I do most of my understanding in the place of reading, in the place of sitting down to read, write, take notes, integrate the lessons, engage in spatial repetition, just do all the things I know how to do best to ensure that the thoughts are well ingrained in my mindset. So, for you listening to me right now, maybe you picked up a book to read at one point or the other, you have zoned that, go and do listening. Listen, combine your auditory learning pattern to your reading and writing pattern, okay? Or also combine other aspects. Some people may not know that writing is a learning style. Obviously, it's a learning style. That's why most people do blogging. When you are a blogger, for example, you're always writing, you're sharing your thoughts. What are you doing? You are learning. It's a learning journey. It's usually a learning journey because once you are writing, it's a way for you to clarify your thoughts. It's a way for you to clarify your thinking pattern, understand better, and even integrate or assimilate some kind of information that you may have struggled with before then. So as you're writing, you're connecting your thoughts together, putting them together, and all of that. So it's really a powerful way to learn. Even speaking is a learning style because when you speak, when you are able to express your thoughts and ideas, okay, fluently, with ease, with the right combinations, with the right integrations and rhetorics, you are also learning. It's a learning style. I would say that that is even connected to kinesthetism as well, because the kinesthetic model of learning has to do with your ability to do it, the ability to connect, your ability to relate, your ability to also integrate the things that you're learning. So it is going to increase your engagement. If you are find yourself zoning out, not getting into the state of flow with whatever learning pattern that there is, it is time for you to increase your engagement. It is time for you to look into yourself. Another benefit of learning style, understanding your learning style, is that it is going to improve your performance. Okay, in terms of proficiency, there's one of my video I did and I spoke about the two combinations that makes up proficiency. If you check this YouTube channel, you're going to see that video. Proficiency equal outcome expectation and self-efficacy expectation, right? Now, in terms of performance, what we measure in terms of performance is your proficiency. So not really just enough for you to say, I have the ability to integrate this lesson. I have the ability to understand this idea. Not really just about that, but then that you can also produce results, that you can also perform at a superior level. Okay? That you can also perform at a superior level. So whenever you pick up something to do, you pick up a task, pick up a book to read. The reason most times people pick up books to read and they're not able to flow at a certain pace is usually because they do not understand their learning styles, right? They do not understand that they can really pick up a book, read it, devour it, and be able to glean as many ideas as possible from that book. So they pick up a book to read. They're already scared. They're agitated. It's almost like, oh my God, can I ever flow through this content? You have not been able to understand your learning style. That's why the community, I usually would recommend the use of a voice reader application. It's an app, voice reader, applicable to, you can use it both for both your iPhone or Android phone. All you have to do is just to download the app. Whenever you want to open the book, instead of opening it as a PDF document, just use the option of the advice reader to open it up. You listen to it. You can go on Audible to get audiobooks. You can go on YouTube. Even this YouTube have a lot of audiobooks. Most of the books we're reading, the audios are all here. There are people most times they just take their time to come up and read the book out loud and they share their thoughts on it. So you can listen to them. So improving performance is one of the reasons you must engage your learning style, because when we talk about performance now, we're talking about proficiency, and proficiency is equals to self-efficacy expectation and outcome expectation, right? Self-efficacy expectation and outcome expectation. That's more like if you feel that you can complete a task, right, and you don't believe in your ability to complete that task, then your proficiency will not be complete. Your performance will not be improved on every side. So the last point I want to share with you is the fact that self-awareness is another thing. All right, when you understand your learning style, your learning preference, you can self-regulate your learning. Okay, remember the very first program we had in this session. Thank you, Jemima, for that. The very first teaching we had while we started talking about pathways to excellent learning was self-regulation. The second installment was from comfort zone to growth zone. Who can tell me what the third installment is? The third installment was spoken about from comfort zone to growth zone was spoken about self-regulation. Okay, so my emphasis is on self-regulation, which was the very first class we had, looking at the pathways to excellent learning. So this is also taking us back now to self-regulation, to say that if you understand your learning style, you'll be able to self-regulate. You'll be aware of your strategies, the strategies that can help you. So if you are the type that would always zone out in class like me, maybe as a result of one or two distractions, as a result of one or two, maybe the lecturer is not just, you don't like the face of the lecturer, and you so much believe that when I pick up the textbook to read, I'm going to have an A in this course. None is going to stop me from having an A in this course. Okay. Yes, that is it. There's a full-blown video that I talked about proficiency. Okay, so nothing is going to stop me from having an A in this course. I must have an A in this course. So you see that at the end of the day, it is important that you understand your learning style so that you can navigate your preferences, you can self-direct your learning, you can self-regulate. Because we live in the era right now where you can easily just sit in the comfort of your home and you can grow so wide. You can grow so well because you've been able to put yourself in a position where learning becomes effortless, where it becomes so easy and beautiful for you to run with. All right. So this is it, friends. Like I said already, go back to VAC. If you have any question, drop in the comments. We're running off now. Go back to VAC. Okay, VARK, VAC learn, VAC learn. Once you go ahead and do the analysis, take a screenshot and share your feedback in the community on Telegram. Okay, I will applaud you. I will celebrate you. Okay, so this is it. We have the VAC. V is for visual learners. A is for auditory. R is for reading and writing learners. Then the K there is kinesthetic learners. And then I told you that the combination of two or more is all known as multimodal learning. Multimodal learning. And I also said that when it comes to learning pattern, it is really about how you gather information, how you assimilate, how you retain, how you are able to analyze information. That is what you should be looking out for. That is what is more paramount. You're not trying to please nobody because this is your journey of personal transformation, and you must direct it in such a way that it is able to align with your personality, align with where you are headed, so you can grow and build capacity. So once you understand what that means, once you understand what um, once you understand what learning styles mean, I also said that you must understand your preference. Okay, and as you grow, finally, as you grow in your learning, you can also grow into different styles. How many of you have used the Myers-Briggs personality test finder before? You can also go on their website. Myers-Briggs has several analyses for different aspects of life. The ones that were used so is usually that of personality, maybe relationship and some other ones. If you go on this site, there are a lot of analysis there. On a daily basis, friends, on a weekly basis, as someone on a lifelong learning journey, you should be introspecting. You should be introspecting. I just feel like maybe we should put together a program where it's just about an introspective program. We're just there, we're analyzing, we're introspecting, we are we're getting results in our lives, right? We're analyzing, we're introspecting, we're coming back with findings. We're like, oh my God, we're excited, we're jumping up. Because that's one way to learn. You have to be excited to learn. If you are not excited, you cannot retain the information, you cannot retain the ideas. So you're like jumping up all the time, like, oh my God, I just discovered my learning style, like right now at this level that I am. Of course, based on context and environmental factors, as you continue, yes, you can always upgrade, you can always migrate, you can always integrate, you can always advance in a way that different learning styles can come together to merge up. Okay, different learning styles can come together to merge up her time. And once you can be influenced at a certain height, at a certain level, you now begin to understand that, okay, this is the level I am right now. I've done my analysis based on my research and my current conditioning. This is it. And the reason you also would want to learn to flow along these different compartments of the VAC model now, the reason you would love to flow, or you would love to, flow between them, is so that situation can demand that you are no longer in a situation where you used to be. Maybe you used to live in an environment where you can sit all day for hours on end and you're just learning, you're just reading, or you just do one or two. And then you now go to an environment where you're busy or life happens to you. That's why most people, most times, they don't grow at a certain pace, because when they enter into certain experiences, you see them giving excuses. Say, oh, coach, I've been busy, a lot has been happening in my life, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Good and fine. Good and fine. But if you understand your learning pattern, you can navigate it. It could be that it's when you're on commute, you can begin to listen to whatever it is you're learning. All right. It could be that it is when you have lunch break, or when you have in between time that you need to relax, you can do one or two. Do you see that? You can really do one or two at that level, and then you'll be able to flow and scale. But if you are not very adaptable in your learning patterns, in your learning pursuit, you get to a situation where you're stuck. And somebody that normally would read 2 books in a month, we end up not reading 1 book in 3 months. And you keep giving excuses, you keep saying, oh, I'm busy. But the problem is about structure. The problem is about adaptability. Okay? These learning styles are not cast, they are not cast on stones, they're not cast in it. So it's just a matter of having an understanding that, okay, these are my learning patterns right now. Just for me to expose myself, just for me to understand how to tweak this. During the pandemic, we were all in the house. I told you guys the story of how I read 200 books that year. Okay, beautiful. That was profound. It was just me, exploring and really harnessing my curiosity at different levels, at different realms. So I was learning, I was using the model of seeing, I was using the model of doing, I was using the model of mimicking. A lot were just really going on in my life at some point. I started developing and having alter egos. Okay, I started developing and having alter egos so that I could really, look at my model and emulate them. Okay, I started running through those different platforms. So when we talk about alter egos, talking about your model. Okay, don't worry, on Monday I'm going to discuss self-efficacy so you understand how to become self-efficacious. Oh my goodness, self-efficacious, all right, so that you will have a total and holistic proficient approach to things. See, I'm not going to share the replay. I will not share it. If you like, don't come. You're on your own. All right. Zainab says, I want the YouTube link when you finish. I've missed more than half of your lecture. Okay, that'll be fine. Jemima, please get the link and share it in the Telegram community again. So Zainab, do where to join the Telegram community. Get the link from there. So friends, what am I saying in a nutshell? When you now begin to understand how to tweak these different factors to your advantage so that you are able to influence your learning. You are able to influence your learning. It is going to take you far. Jemima, are you still here? If Jemima is not here, just send a DM. There is a link in the comment, or you join the Telegram community. I think we shared the link earlier on. Can't remember. I think we shared it earlier on. Okay. Okay, so friends, that is it. Your ability to, yes, your ability to be influenced by those environmental factors and personal experiences matters. And situations will come that will always shift you per time. Nobody's going to remain in one position. I remember when we were in secondary school, we had all the time. We started, we were able to do certain things in our lives. We all went to tertiary institution. We were also able to do certain things in our lives. Now, here we are. Okay, some of you are still in the university right now. Some of you are done, right? Some of you are married right now. Some of you are working class. You are doing a lot of things. It's just like life is not a constant it's not a constant journey. It's a roller coaster journey, right? For that reason, you must be adaptable. You must be willing to shift your gears per time. Okay, you must not be stiff, or you know, people that are so stringent. I think that's the word. Stringent. They're always in one position. They're like, no, I must do it this way. You cannot scale. All right. I shared this experience from the beginning of people saying, oh, reading and writing. When you listen to the book, you are not reading it. But you don't know that reading and writing is a learning style. Same as listening. Listening is also a learning style, it's an auditory learning style. So when you combine auditory, technology has even just helped us to say that we can combine the auditory learning style with the reading and writing learning style, with the reading learning style to build our capacity to be able to grow, okay, to be able to learn. So for those of you that are always making the mistakes of, oh, Coach Faith, when you listen to the book, are you reading it? Now, I want you to know that reading and writing learning style is really some kind of learning style that is connected to text-based approach to learning. All right, so auditory learning style or oral learning style, okay, or oral learning style is a type of learning style that allows you to be able to use your eardrum to listen to whatever, use your station tube and all the compartment in that region to listen, right? So now you're combining text based to the work of their ears, right? The listening capacity to be able to learn. That's what it is, right? That is what it is. So whenever you want to ask the question next time, don't say, when I listen to the book, am I reading it? Yes, you're reading it obviously, but you're just be smart by combining two learning patterns together, reading and then learning through auditory. So it's auditory or oral learning plus reading. So that's a combination. That is smartness, and that's what technology has provided us. Okay, provided us with ability to um, learn and have that sort of experience. Okay, so that is it, friends. That is it. Combination is great, multimodal. So somebody asks you next time, are you reading the book? Yes, I'm a multimodal learner. Come on now. Coach Faith has opened my eyes to this experience that I'm a multimodal learner. So I read and I listen at the same time. Mhm. Isn't that profound? Isn't that profound? Some people have received their deliverance today, like Chris. Chris says, I will start listening more from now. Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. So you have listened to me talk about back, visual, oral, reading and writing, and then kinesthetic. So I also want to encourage everyone that is here today. All right. I also want to um, encourage you all that is here. Auditory or oral, yes. I also want to encourage those of you that are here today that um, the oral, I don't think that's the spelling, it's Aural or something, right? I also want to encourage those of you that are here, okay? Oral, this one that you spelled is has to do with talking of mouth, okay? That are here today that you should become a kinesthetic learner as well. Kinesthetism is beautiful. Like I said before, 5%, according to statistics, says that 5% of the population are kinesthetic learner because people find it very difficult to optimize their doable initiative. All right, optimize their doable initiative. They find it so hard to optimize it. All right. In fact, if you have followed this lecture from the first episode to now, this is the fifth episode on pathways to excellent learning. If you have followed it in now, you should be able to understand learning holistically because we've looked at the different compartments of learning, right? How to move from last week, I spoke about the different realms of competency, right? For those of you that were in class last week, competency, the conscious incompetence, the conscious competence, the unconscious competence and the unconscious competence. So we spoke about those four dimensions last week. If you were not in that class, go and watch that video, go and listen to it again and again, and just be blessed because Right now, your eyes is open. You understand. We also spoke about how to move from the place of comfort zone to fear zone to learning zone to growth zone. Those different zones in learning is so profound. And a lot of people were like, Coach, wait, I'm in the fear zone. Oh, I'm in the learning zone. So I believe that after listening to that class right now, you have advanced, you have moved, you are now in your growth zone. You are in your learning, heading into the growth zone right now. Okay, so the kinesthetic modes of learning is so profound, friends. I want to encourage you to pick it up as a lifestyle, because when you are a doing person, in terms of learning, you are going to be able to integrate the lessons very much. All right, people who know how to apply the different learning patterns can really grow so fast. Like, they're not stringent to say, oh, I just love to read, I don't love to listen. What is your problem? What if there's a situation now that you can no longer read? You don't have the time to sit down and read, but you're always walking. Maybe you are walking somewhere, you're using your hand. Why about just plug your earpod somewhere close to this place and you're walking? Nobody's even knowing. Like me now with my wig, I can just put it beneath it like this and then cover it up, and I'm reading. Some of these podcasts are so, some of these earpods are so sophisticated that you can be listening like this, and maybe somebody is trying to call your attention to something. You just do as if you want to, repair your wig very well. You just press it there and you pause it. But the phone or the device is somewhere in one bag somewhere. Nobody even knows they are listening. Just click it or press it there, and you have paused it. You have done your business and you move on. And then if you're in such an environment, you don't have to block the two ears. Just use one side. You are good to go. You invest in those things. Most of they're very affordable with $10, $20. You can get most of them. Yes, most of them sophisticated ones, and you can use them, right? Okay, so kinesthetism is beautiful because with it you can really begin to practice what you are learning. One thing I've learned over the years about the different learning styles, especially this kinesthetism, is that a lot of people are not kinesthetic. They don't practice what they are learning. That's a huge problem. It's a huge problem because if you don't know how to integrate this learning style into your learning, you cannot really be able to integrate faster. There are people that they need to integrate kinesthetism before they can remember what they've read, before they can remember what they've learned, before they can do anything. I've just told you now, go to the website, check on VacLearn. VacLearn, if you can get the link directly, maybe you are very smart, you've done it, you can share it. You can share it in the community, share it in the Telegram community so that others can also go through easily to just go and check out their own. Okay, please do that. Jemima, if you can do that quickly, or any other person in this room. Okay. So when you know how to do what you're learning, haven't you seen people that maybe they learn? How many of you listen to my class where I said the four things I do every single week? How many of you listen to that class? If you did not, where I said I'm a reading professor. If you did not, go and listen to that class. I don't know why you are skipping my YouTube videos. You're missing out on a lot because most of my teachings are intertwined, they are all connected. So I'm always going to be referring and referring. So anytime you see an update, just run, go and listen to it, go and watch the video. So I spoke about the need for us to be able to understand, what's that again? I think I lost that train of thought. Oh my goodness. So I was talking about the doing aspect of things, right? So your ability to be able to understand how to do. So I said I do so many things every week. Yeah, I remember now that I'm a learning professor. I'm a reading professor. So when I read, I teach what I read. One of the way where I teach, one of the channel through which I teach what I read is a place like this. Before coming to this class, I've done a lot of research. I've done a lot of reading, hours and hours and hours and hours of reading. Yes, book motivation Mondays, I do the same thing. Yes, book motivation Mondays. I read a particular book and I come and teach it. I'm not hiding it. I'm not saying that I got it from heaven. I got the ideas from heaven. No, I'm saying that I read a book, someone who have gone through that path before, who have the knowledge, who have been able to deconstruct it. For example, I'll be teaching on self-efficacy on Monday. I'm not the founding father now. Somebody like Albert Bandura, okay? Somebody like Albert Bandura is one of the foremost father in the world of what's it called now? Psychology, where he has really researched so much and he has a lot to share about self-efficacy and all of that. There's even a book to that effect. He wrote a book on self-esteem and all of that. Not living professor, Njoko, I say reading professor. Reading. Okay, so At the end of the day, I come to teach it. I'm not hiding it. Yes, I know that in this space, a lot of people read books and they hide where they are getting their knowledge from and they just come and teach you. But it's not necessary most times. Even your professors do that in school. They just teach you. They don't want you to know their source of information. But the source of every information is from books. Yeah. Whether we're coming to display it, we're coming to act it, we're coming to teach it, is from books. That's like the foundation, right? For everybody, whether it's an audio podcast you're listening to, whether it's a video you are watching, these people have read books. So we're in the community where we're talking about books. And then you need to understand these learning patterns so that you can become a multimodal learner. So I'm not here to tell you, oh, you are a visual learner. Come on. Yeah. No, I'm here to tell you that you can adapt. So if you have problems right now, you're like, oh, I've been busy, this happened. What happens to other learning styles? What happened to other learning patterns that you can usually just utilize? So these are the things we have discussed today: types of learning styles, the characteristics of learning styles, what learning styles means. I feel that sometimes I should even begin to put together a quiz or an exam and then set questions for you guys after teaching for like 3 months, and then you go and write the exam. If you don't pass, you repeat the class and go and watch all the videos again and write the exam again. Maybe at the end of the quiz or the exam, you can easily just call the best graduating student per time. All right. So don't miss Readers Public Show. That's what I'm saying in a nutshell, because they are dense, the teachings are deep. So we do this every Friday by 8 p.m. Right? If I'm not going to be available, you would obviously not see the flyer. Okay. Then we also have Book Motivation Mondays. It's usually a time where we just come together, we bond, and we are able to do so much together. All right. So, friends, I want to celebrate you. Thank you for being a part of my community. Thank you for being a part of the conversation this evening. It's been worth it. We've been here for 15 minutes. Yeah, we started a bit late today. Network was just disturbing, and I have my Airtel internet here, and it's not working. MTN was disturbing as well. But at the end of the day, we're able to utilize the internet, the MTN, and we're done now. We're done with the class. All right. I hope to see you next week, Friday, same time. Invite your friends. If you've learned a lot from this conversation, invite your friends. Like I said, we currently have a program ongoing, Reading for Execution. I still want to invite if you want to be part of it. Usually, in fact, I was just telling one of my students today, I said, see, I think this is evangelism for me. This is direct coaching, this is mentorship, and it's really intense. Get into your situation, we diagnose it, we scatter it, we open it up, we package it again, we structure it again, and we recommend the kind of reading that would align, okay? The kind of reading that would align with your journey. So it's been fun, it's been effortless. And then see you on Monday in our book motivation. Do where to join the conversation. Do where to also come and share your thoughts. That is where you get to talk back. Or I'm the only one talking here. You want to talk back, you want me to hear your voice as well. You want to ask questions, ensure you show up for our book motivation Monday. The link to our Telegram community is also here. All right, thank you so much, friends. Yes, it's by 5 a.m. I'm favor. I'm done. Time to go watch a movie. That's one way to enjoy Friday night. Movie time, blessing time. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Thank you. This is Faith Michael. I want to celebrate you for being a part of my community. It's been fun. It's been an amazing conversation. I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now. Bye bye. Love you.